All right, so let's go ahead and go through this warm-up to get you ready for the quiz. So this first one, all you're doing is plugging in here, right? So you're going to plug in 3 for A, 5 for B, and -2 for C. So we're going to have 5 times 3 plus 3 times 5 minus -2. Did I get all those in the right spot? Okay. So we're going to have, 15 plus 15, and what happens to those two negatives right there? Positive. So what does that give you? 32. All right, next one. I want to solve for this single variable equation here. So what's my first step in this? Distribute. All right, so if I distribute the 2, goes to here, what's that going to give me? Negative 6x plus 10. If I distribute on this side, what am I going to get? Negative 4x minus 16. All right, so what should I do next? Okay, I mean, you could go several ways. I'd probably go ahead and get the x's together first. So I'm going to add 6x to both sides. There's a lot of different ways you could do this and still be be fine. So that zeroes out. That leaves 10 equal to 2x minus 16. Then what? Add 16 to both sides. So that zeroes out. That leaves 26 over here equals 2x. Then what? Divided by 2. So that these turn into a 1. So we get 1x equals 13. X equals 13. And remember on this quiz, you have to show your work. If you just write an answer down, you're gonna have points taken off of that. So make sure that you show your work. Okay, next one. Factor this trinomial. Okay, so what do you think we need to do first here?
Factor out the 4.
Okay, factor out the greatest common factor, right? So what is common between all three of those terms there?
4.
Is a 4. So if I factor a 4 out, what's that going to leave? V squared minus V minus 2. Right? Just dividing a 4 out of each piece. 4v squared divided by 4 is v squared. Negative 4v divided by 4 is negative v. And negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. Then from there, now this 4 outside here needs to be in your final answer. That's part of it. But at this point, right now, I don't care about that 4. All I care about is what's inside the parentheses. So I'm thinking about, okay, factors of negative 2 that are going to add up to negative 1. So what's it going to be? Negative 2 and positive 1. Because when you do negative 2 times positive 1, that gives you this negative 2. But when you do negative 2 plus 1, that's going to give you this negative 1 right here, right? So to finish off, we're going to have a 4 on the outside. Make sure you don't leave that 4 off. And then you're going to have, bless you, v minus 2 and v plus 1. And remember, the order doesn't matter. So if you write this as 4 times v plus 1 times v minus 2, that's fine also. That's good. Okay. Next one, factoring this one. So on this one, is there a greatest common factor to pull out first? Nope. Okay, good. So 10 and 1. 10 times 1 is 10, and then 10 plus 1 is 11. So, that's easy. So p plus 10, p plus 1. That's it. Okay, on this last one, factoring by grouping. All right, so we're going to group these up. So what can I pull out of that first group? Okay, I can pull out a 2v squared. All right, so if I divide a 2v squared out of 6v cubed, what's going to be left? A 3v. Right, 6 divided by 2 gives me a 3, and a v cubed divided by v squared just leaves a v to the first, or just v. All right, and then negative 16v squared divided by 2v squared leaves what? Negative 8. All right, then what can I pull out of that second group? I can pull out a positive 7. And if I pull out or divide out a 7, what's going to happen to the 21v?
3v.
Leaves a 3v. And if I divide 7 out of negative 56, what's left?
Negative 8.
Negative 8. Okay? And then notice 3v minus 8, 3v minus 8. So both of these have 3v minus 8 in common. So I'm going to pull that 3v minus 8 out. All right. So that's gone, and so what's left? 2v squared plus 7. Okay, does anybody have any questions or anything about this? No questions? Okay, so go ahead and put your WarmUp in your folder or whatever, put it underneath your desk. If you don't have a calculator, you may want to go grab one.